Browns back at practice here on a Thursday, getting ready for the Steelers on Sunday at 1 o'clock at Acrisure Stadium. Let's start with Damar Hamlin again, and then we're going to get into a little bit of football. Mary Kay, some good news happening today. Just as we were talking to the coordinators, he's awake. Now, he's still in critical care. There's still a ways to go, but he's awake. He's communicating via writing with doctors. Really just good news on that front. And Alex Van Pelt, who has ties to Buffalo, who of course has ties to the University of Pittsburgh, he got a little bit emotional today when you asked him about Damar, right as that news was breaking.
Yeah, he really did. And, I don't know if he knew or not that the good news was coming out, but it hit him like a brick right in that moment. And we were all sitting there. It was a powerful moment. And I think it just speaks to how emotional this has been for everybody in the NFL since this happened on Monday night. But the good news that came out today, it was uplifting for everyone in the NFL, and it really just, you could tell the locker room just had a little bit of a different vibe to it, and it was just such great news for everyone.
Yeah, Ashley, again, we've been looking through the tweets. You almost can't stop reading them as these updates come from his medical team, just about really positive progress that he's made.
Yeah, and it's crazy because we're all so engrossed by it, I think. I can't imagine how much more the players across the league are following this so closely. And, we do know that even more money has continued to pour into his GoFundMe that was set up a couple of years ago by him through his foundation. The Browns have donated to that now. I know Mary Kay asked Deshaun Watson if he was considering donating to that, and that was yes, that's one of the things that he's looking into. So all around, you just continue to see that support pour in a lot of different ways.
Now, on the football side of things, we heard from Joe Woods today, and of course his status came up as defensive coordinator, his future here. He made it clear he wants to come back. He wants to have an opportunity, Mary Kay, to continue building this defense. And he pointed to when he was in San Francisco with Robert Saleh, they had a down year, then they came back the next year, and they went to the Super Bowl. So Joe doing a little bit of lobbying, I think, today, and kind of making his case that he'd like another shot at this.
Yeah, he made it perfectly clear that he would like to build on what's gone on with this defense in the second half of the season. They've really come on strong. Some of the younger players are playing better. Some of the players that seemed a little dormant in the first half have come alive. And most of all, they've started taking the ball away. They've got 11 takeaways. Sorry about the wind. Yeah. I'm going to get taken away. They've got 11 takeaways in their last 5 games, 8 interceptions. So that's pretty incredible. And I don't know if it will be enough to save Joe, but the defense is making a case.
Yeah, and Ashley, I was looking at the numbers. They haven't really been giving up points outside of a couple games here and there. There has been real improvement here.
There has been, and it's kind of like a carbon copy of last year. I think I used that in one of the leads to my story last week, that it feels like the movie Groundhog Day in a lot of ways. So I think that's what's going to make these next few weeks and the decisions the Browns have to make about their coaching staff really difficult. And I don't know what they're going to do, but I can still see, I think if you get rid of Joe Woods, it's not going to solve all your problems, but how do you make a significant change to maybe prevent a slow start is the big question.
All right, we got hair flying around everywhere up here. So we're just going to touch on injuries real quick. Denzel Ward on the bikes today. Jack Conklin did not practice. Mary Kay, if Jack can't go, that means James Hudson once again will be going up against potentially TJ Watt.
Yeah, and he hasn't had all that much playing time this season, so you can't say, oh, he's that much better than he was the last time he faced him. But Alex Van Pelt made it clear today they're going to have to give him help. It's TJ Watt, and everyone is saying that TJ looks like TJ again, which, of course, reigning NFL Defensive Player of the Year, could be a long afternoon.
All right, we'll end it there before we all get blown away out here outside of the Browns practice facility. They play the Steelers 1 o'clock on Sunday. We'll cover it all at cleveland.com/Browns.